This is part 22 of LINQ tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss inner join. We discussed group join in part 21, so please watch part 21 before proceeding. With inner join, only the matching elements are included in the result set. For example, let's say we've got two collections, collection 1 and collection 2, and when we perform an inner join, then only the matching elements between those two collections are included in the result set. Non-matching elements are excluded from the result set. Let's look at an example. Let's flip to Visual Studio. So here I have a new console application. All I have done so far is added this department and employee classes. These are the same classes that we worked with in the previous session. Department class is not changed in any way. Notice that at the moment this department class returns three departments: IT, HR and payroll. Employee class is changed slightly, and the changes, I have removed the department ID property from this last employee object, which means this employee object is not having any matching element within departments collection. And if you look at the rest of the employees who are associated to departments, they are either associated to department 1 or department 2. Okay, this means no employee is associated with department 3. This means this department object is not having any matching element with an employees collection. Now what we want to do is perform an inner join between these two collections. So what is inner join going to do? It's going to retrieve only the matching elements. So only this 9 employees should be retrieved within the result set, and only these two departments should be included. Right, so payroll department from departments collection and the employee object from the employees collection will be excluded from the result set. So let's see how to do that. So first let's create a variable called result to hold the results of our join. So what we want to do is join the employees list with departments list. Now we want to perform an inner join, so we are going to make use of join extension method. In a previous video session, we discussed group join, and to perform a group join, we used group join extension method. And if you look at this join extension method, you know, the parameters that we have to pass to this method are very similar to that, you know, what we have passed to group join. So first of all, we need to specify the other sequence that we want to join with this employee sequence. So the list of employees here is also called as the outer sequence, and we want to join that sequence with list of departments. In this case, list of departments is going to be our inner sequence, and to get the list of departments we use getAllDepartments static method. And the next thing that we need to specify is the outer key selector. So what is the outer sequence here? The outer sequence is list of employees, and within the employee class, what is the join key? The join key is department ID, so we have to specify that e such that e dot department ID. And now we need to specify the inner key selector. So what is the inner sequence? It's list of departments, and within department class the join key is department ID, which is d.id. And the final parameter is the result selector. So what do you want in the result? Within the result we want, you know, the employee name from employee class and department name from department class. Okay, so we just want those two properties. So what are we going to get back? As a result of this join, we are going to get an employee object and a department object. So let's store them in variables called employee and department. And what we want to do with these is, you know, project employee name and department name properties into an anonymous type. So we are creating an anonymous type here with properties employee name. And employee name, where are we going to get that from? From this variable. So employee.name. Similarly, let's project the other property, department name equals department.name. Alright, so now this variable contains, you know, employee name and their respective department name. All that is left is to use a for each loop. So for each var, let's call the variable employee in the query result console.writeLine employee.name let's print a tab space and then the department name. Let's run this and notice that we don't have Andy's record, and look at the departments, we only get IT and HR. We don't have the payroll department. Okay, so only the matching elements between two collections are retrieved here. So here we have used the extension method syntax style. Now let's see how to rewrite this query using SQL-like syntax. With SQL-like syntax, we start the query with from. So from in employee.getAllEmployees. So we want to join employees with departments. So join D in department.getAllDepartments. And we need to specify the join condition, and we do that using the on keyword, on e.department ID, and we need to use equals operator instead of double equals. So on e.department ID equals d.id, and what we want to do is select a new anonymous type, and within the anonymous type, what are the properties we want? We want employee name, and that equals e.name, and we want another property called department name, and that equals d.name. That's it. Let's run this. Notice that we get the identical output. In our next video, we'll discuss the difference between group join and inner join. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.